What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my daily live stream. Today is day 20. Am I correct? Day 20, that's right. Day 20, the 20th of January. Like I said, welcome. Today I'm again unprepared here in the studio. I'm thinking of what I should do today. But hey, I can do also so many things. Very unprepared, Fronty. I know. All right, but today, okay. Let me think of this. Let me do something, just something new. Let's work on a new track. Let's work on some new ideas. I kind of in a creative flow. I worked today on a few album tracks, mixing, mastering, finalizing. But hey, now let's just let the creativity flow for a moment and see what I can do and think of something new. I already opened like a preset, a template with some of the hardware synthesizers that I use a lot, and I'm going to fool around a little bit with them. I have some nice presets with a Novation Peak, for example. Pretty cool, and I'm just going to fool around, see if I can find a new melody, something I can work with. Just build a little program, a little project. Hear me. All right. Like I said, totally unprepared today. But hey, it's so fun for you guys to tune in and to see me work here in the studio. The 20th time already. Let me also see what you guys are typing on the chat. Let's have some communication over here. Yeah, I see there's still coming up a lot of questions, and a lot of suggestions for the stream. I love that, of course. 80s bootleg question. Do you have tips for mixing hardstyle? When do you know your kick is right in the mix? All those things I'm going to do during the daily live streams. I did that already, of course, with the previous live streams, and you can look it back, And I'm also thinking right now, if you look back to all those streams, the titles are just Frontliner, day 1 to 20, and I might just going to edit all those titles that you can actually see what I'm doing that day, So, and afterwards I might just add a little subtitle of what I did that day, and so you can, really go back to a specific day and see what I did that day, But hey, that takes a little work. All those streams, I have to see and think what I did. It's kind of hard to remember. Of course, I remember what I did the past streams, but I can't remember actually which day I did exactly this and that. I have to look it up, and I will change those names, and you can look back easier what I did that day. That will be like a lot of fun. All right. Mike Dallaire, let's praise the reverse bass part 2. That's actually something, you just threw that in my mind, and that's something that I still need to do, of course. I'm planning to do that, and that's something that I want to continue, because I had praised the reverse bass 1, and now I want the second one, and of course I need a reverse bass for that, and I need a good one, because I really loved the last one that I did. I paid a lot of attention to the reverse bass and everything around it. So I might also just do a reverse bass in this track. But I first want to do a melody flow. I want to play with some sounds. I want to play with some chord play. Just do something fun, just really creative. Doing a reverse bass is more like technical, and I'm like more in a creative flow. I want to create something, not like a drop or anything. Just want to create an atmosphere and maybe some arpeggios. Let me just see. Yeah. Can we look at your remix for Armin van Buuren Shivers? I can open that one time soon. I did that remix in 2013, so I have to think it's probably Cubase 8.5. Do I still have that one over here? I do, actually. I can open that. I will make sure that I don't close that that I don't delete that version. Um, so hey, it might be a good idea to do that actually one time to show you what it is. You will probably see the same methods that I always do. But so also let me know what do you like seeing in a project? That's something that I kind of interested in. You know, I can show you around in a project, but what is actually that you are looking for? What do you want to learn? Did you hear from Blaster Jacks? Did they like the vocal? They did like the vocal, actually. That was yesterday indeed. I worked on a vocal. I found one that I had from Splice. I throw it at them, and they did like it, but I think they found a better one, and I will put that one on the track later. I don't have it yet because it has been written by someone, and he's probably having a Sunday off, like most people except for me. Anyway, I do like it though. I do like it. I work all day, 7 days a week. Doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, stay tuned for that because when that one is finished, then you will know the vocal. I'm going to put it in there. I might not do that on the stream because I want to keep you guys. I want to keep it as a surprise, and it needs a little work. But hey, maybe I will do it in the live stream. But let me just check if everybody agrees. You know. Anyway, that is that is in progress. Um, reverse bass or any early hardstyle is the best. Would you like? Would like to know why you use so many group channels. I can tell you why I use so many group channels, and I will do that exactly the same way. Again, if I do something new, if you use groups, you can put if you have lead sounds, you have percussion sounds, you can put them all to one group and process them all together. You know, you not even. It's not about the compression or anything. With leads, I do that because I want them more together. But if you want to automate like the low frequency being cut off when the kick comes in, same with the percussion, or you want to volume all the percussion down or up, you know, I do that a lot. If I have a whole percussion with claps, snares, crashes, hi-hats, anything, I do balance them separately from each other. But if I want, for example, my kick needs more power, and then I can, with only one group, I can just turn down all the percussion and leads, you know, and that's really easy. Same goes for sidechaining. If you want to sidechain a lead, it's really easy. If you put it through a group and sidechain a group, then all the leads will be sidechained, you know. It's just, and also like overview maybe, and mixing is also, if you want to mix, if you have a track and all the leads sound good compared to each other, but you find out, hey, all the leads need to have like more high frequency for some reason, then you can do that with the group as well. So having everything in groups gives overview, gives more possibilities for you know, adding effects, adding equalizing to the whole lead group. You know, sometimes you do want to do that, and because I do that always. It's the method that I always use, and it's not like the best way maybe. For me it is, and I think it's a really good way, but it doesn't mean that other methods are less good, you know. And I also know that it's, for example, with Fruity Loops or Logic, it's more I think less useful to do that because it's built different. The whole workflow is different and not really made to work like that maybe. Maybe it is, maybe I'm wrong, but that's the opinion I have about it. Okay. What is that huge screen? The huge screen. Yeah, this is a Samsung screen. Yeah, it's huge, but I love it, you know. Now for streaming, I have like this centered over here, you know, and I have my live stream over here, your chat over here, and the stream settings, and this is just my workflow for you know, producing. Normally my Cubase looks like this, you know, widen up, but for the stream I just put it like this so that, wait, let me just get it right again. so that you can actually see what's on the screen. I can just select like a part, like I did right now. I just have this part only shared, you know, so that you can actually see what I'm doing. So yeah, that's how it works, you know. But normally when I don't stream, I use the whole width of the stream, especially if you have your mixer, you know. That's really useful to have so many. This is nice, right? So many, yeah. You can see so much. That's basically what I want to say. Anyway, yeah. You should buy a second monitor for streaming things. I should do that, but hey, you know, I might do that in the new studio. Oh wait, let me just bring it a little bit back over here so you can actually see me. I might do that in the next studio, which I'm going to build in the basement the following year somewhere. I don't know when we have time. I'm sitting right over here, and it works and it's fine for now. But eventually I want to build a bigger studio in the basement, and that will be totally nicer. And then I might just add a screen for the live stream, you know, and also use more cameras. That's not so interesting right now, but I can do so much more over there. So that will be really cool, and it will be in the daily stream as well. Maybe also the building of the studio. Anyway, that's postponed for a couple of weeks, even months maybe, because we are working on so many other things right now. Merchandise needs to be set up, and we kept it a little bit on the low because we have a little boy right now, and we have full attention on that. But it will come really soon. The store will be online soon, and also we are working on stuff in the house itself. So since I'm right over here, I can work very well over here. It's okay for me to just work from here until the studio downstairs is done, you know. So I'm happy here for now. No worries. Okay. Anyway. I'm looking at the chat if there are like anything. Again, the Discord app. I don't have time yet to look it up, man. I see that somebody also made a channel. I think I should make an official Frontliner channel. I should do it myself, maybe. I don't know how it works, but I should be able to monetize it myself. Anyway, I'm going to do that later. First, I'm just working on music. I'm working on towards, you know, the next gig. I still have some, well, not off time. I call it off time from touring, but I need this time in the studio to actually work on tracks. So that's what I'm going to do. So let me just get started at this new project over here. I just want to, you know, get something going and get creative over here and see if I can come up with something cool. Just, you know, let me just work on that creative flow over here. So like I said, I have set up, you know, all these hardware things like the Virus C. Alright, Novation Peak. Pretty nice. There's so many sounds in there. GP8080, I should route this the proper way because it's not working right now. So let me go to Device Manager. Roland should be on B, I think. That's cool. The Moog, I'm not going to use that, it's over there. That's fine though. The Nordlead 4. Okay. And I'm going to use the Virus as well. Okay, before I forget one thing, I see so many people asking about my son, my newborn son. He's now 10 days old, but you know, I didn't properly introduce you to them. I'm going to do that later, but at least I can tell you my son's name, and his name is Storm. There you go. My son's name is Storm. Alright, so now you know. And he's still doing well, he's growing, he's feeding very well, the wife is still very well, so everything is perfect. I'm getting a little bit more sleep right now. The nights are getting better, here. He's such a fun guy. He's really easy. So his name is Storm. All right. Yeah, the GP is very, very dope. I know that. It's very old school, the one over here, but yeah, it's really nice. So I might going to use that as well. But first, also the question. What I'm first going to do is add a few groups over here. Let me just still keep them named groups. So let me just add like 30 groups. I think I need 30 groups. That's okay. I can delete groups that I don't use. And I always do the same kind of names in the groups. One thing also, I also make a group for the hardware synthesizers separately. And I do that because I always want to be able to record the audio of the hardware synthesizer. And one reason is because if for some reason a preset is changed, which can happen, I'm very careful with that, so it never happened before. I have like really old presets still, even from really old Scantrax tracks, for example, Good and Evil. I still have it in the GP, and Creative Community, Dream Dust. I all still have them on the synthesizer. But if something happens, I can open the project and the audio file is still there, like you saw when I did the Dream Dust edit. Anyway, but I also want to record it because there's always some minor delay, some latency in the synthesizer, and it's different from each synthesizer. And with the audio, I can like really fine tune it and get it at the right spot. For example, if I play the virus over here, I can show you. If I wait, let me first make those groups. So let me just get this virus TI2 in. Well, I usually use only 2 channels, but I can use 3 channels, so I'm just adding them. Virus C in, and then I have the Nord lead 4 in. I have the Roland GP 8080 in, and I have the Novation Peak in. Alright, so these are like all my inputs. Give them a nice color. Oh wait, let me just get the color scheme right. I make a lot of new colors. There we go. So now I have more colors to choose from, except for the, instead of the default colors. So all these hardware synthesizers that I have, and not except for like the Voyager and the Nordlead 2, which I'm not going to use, I made like inputs for them in the groups. And now I can actually start making like a lead in main, lead in chords. I always like to separate them. Lead in extra 1 or something, to optional. Alright, 3. So we have enough channels. Lead in bass. This is really important because if the bass lead, the lead that really supports the bass notes, if I put them through the same lead channel as the main or either the chords, and if I will play the bass and it's compressed, then the whole volume will go down because it all compresses together, and the bass notes, the long waveforms, they go in really hard, even though it doesn't sound like that, but the lower bass notes, they really compress everything away. So I want also to be able to compress them separately. So therefore, for the general higher noted bass or leads, I put them through like a lead process group, and in here I will just all these outputs, I will let them go through these lead process group. So all these go to a group called lead process, and here I can compress them, stuff like that. And then I have a lead out. I have this for all my channels, an output. So this is the one which I'm going to fade, make that volume, the global volume of the leads, So this is the bass and the process. They both go to lead out. So the bass will be faded by the output, but it will not go through the process, which will do the compression of the leads. You know, this one will be done separately. So the bass will never interfere all these leads that I just created. Bit technical. Look it back what I did, but hey, this is how it works for me. Anyway, I can just first of all get all these channels and make them go through lead main, for example. The virus C, I mostly use this for chords and stuff like that, because I have some really nice presets. The Nord lead 4 can be main, Roland can be main, this one as well. And mostly the virus TI, the second output I use for chords. So if I use a chords lead, you know, like more a poly lead with multiple multiple notes together, I will put them through a chords group, which is separate from the main group, so I can like really fine tune them together, you know. So technical, so Frontliner. Okay. Anyway, I made all these groups, and now of course these synthesizers need to go through these groups as well. So if we go to the mixer, we can route them. This one is Nord lead, the virus C, Novation peak. Oh, sorry, Novation peak over here. And then we have the Roland GP, which goes through the Roland GP, Nord lead 4. Alright, so there we go. For example, if I have the virus C, if you look at, I will just put this button so I can play this. Now you can see through which groups they are going. You know? It goes from virus C in to the lead chords, and then process, and then to lead out. So I can actually fade it over here. Control the volume, you know, and this is actually the channel that I'm recording from. So what I also explained, why I record all these audio. This is more like a tutorial right now. I was trying to do a creative thing, but now I'm doing a tutorial. Anyway, I will keep it really short, because after this I want to keep on going and create something creative. But this is one last thing that I want to show you why this is really important. I record all these audio things, you know, all these hardware synthesizers. So when I go into when I go into this MIDI file, there's already something running over here, just some notes randomly. If I play this, it sounds like this. Okay, so that's cool. But when I create an audio file which goes through the same output that eventually the virus C is going, so that's the chords right now. So this is audio track. I will call this virus C record, and the input of this one is the virus C. So that means if I press the record button, it will record this virus C, and this channel goes through the lead chords. So now it's played the MIDI. The virus C goes through lead chords. Yeah, and if I now record this, so now I've recorded the audio, and if I play this, it's exactly the same, and it goes still through these lead chords. So if I EQ it over here, it doesn't matter if I play the MIDI or the waveform, it's still the same, you know. It's still the same sound, the same equalizer, the same process, the same everything. So therefore, if I record something, it's immediately how I mixed it in the lead chords channel. So, but now let me show you why I actually recorded this channel. If I really zoom in very much, you can see it over here. This is the audio file that's been recorded, and this is the MIDI where it started. So you can actually see a delay over here. This is why I always record this audio. I will make it a little bit bigger over here. I can now just drag this and put it at the right position. So it might seem a lot of work what I did over here, because every time I do something in a MIDI, I have to record it to make it like spot on, without any latency. But when I do a creative, when I'm being creative, I just let it be as the MIDI, with the latency, and I just, record it later when I have more finalized melody or anything like that. I kind of need a water as well. I don't have a glass, so I might just be downstairs just for 2 minutes to grab a glass of water. Anyway, this is why I record this, Okay, so now you know. This is why I make those groups, why I record my hardware audio, and now it's, spot on. So this is the MIDI audio, exactly the same. So this is how we like it. This is how we like it. And now what I also can do now, this is also the fun thing. I can now also work with this audio. If I, for example, make like a reversed reverb over here. Let me just delete this. Let's do a short reverb. So now I have a short reverb over here. Now you can do really fun stuff that you cannot do with, of course, that hardware synthesizer. You have to do with audio. So now I have the same thing with just some effect, So then you can be creative with audio. With audio you can do so much more than the MIDI itself. Well, of course you can do so much within this lead, but with audio you can do such more precise things, I think. So that's why I do this, And also the groups, you see that the volume is really low, can be still a little bit lower. What I always do also is just these channels, they need to be lower as well. I don't want this to be clipping, and it's not clipping right now, but it's still pretty much, if I stack all these up, this channel will be clipping definitely, so I need a lower volume for all these leads, and to be sure that all the audio that I make, they are not clipping, they are not through the roof. I always want every channel to be below 0, because eventually I can boost it up in the stereo out mix down. Then I can boost up like a minus 6 dB or something, just when it's below 0, and I would rather have it like -2, because sometimes you have like a really high peak, and I want to be able to boost everything up the proper way with a good plugin, Alright, anyway, so let's be creative over here with what I have, and I'm also going to load in my Virus TI, over here. It always takes time to load this virus. 1, 2, 3. It takes a little longer than normally. Okay, doesn't matter. It still needs to load. It's probably because I restarted my computer at some point, and it needs to reload the whole thing or something. I don't know. Anyway, virus over here. Activate outputs. I also want outputs 2 and 3. So now I have all these outputs over here. Like I said, in the beginning, Virus TI1 goes through this group over here, Virus TI2, Virus TI3. So now I have all these outputs routed towards these groups, and therefore I can also record these audio. And the Virus TI is more spot on with its sound, with its latency. It's like almost no latency, but still I want this audio to be bounced export. I want to have this audio file so I can do so much more with it. And the Virus TI has problems if I for some reason play too many MIDI notes or something going on, too many voices or just general stuff. I don't know, it chops those, well, it doesn't chop, but it it makes the notes shorter. I don't know what's going on, but it does that. Hey Dio, are you going to say hi? Dio's back. Hey jongen, hey, come here, come here, come here. High five. Yes, high five. Goed zo. He just wants to say hi. Anyway, I don't know what I was talking about. I do know still that I need a glass of water because of all the talking. I should have brought that before. And then I'm also tired. Oh, sorry. Hey buddy. Hey. Will you bring me a glass of water? You have no clue what I'm talking about. Okay. How did you drag that audio? Is it a shortcut? Oh yeah, it's wait, let me just find that audio. I will show you. So I have a little audio over here. And what I do, this is Mac of course. I hold down Command and Alt. Alt? Is that an English word? Alt? And then you see this. You don't see it on the live stream, but there's like the icon changes. And if I hold Command and Alt, I can just drag this audio like everywhere, from right to left, from left to right, and just go on and go. Yeah. So Command, Alt, and then drag. That's how we do it. What microphone do you use to record when streaming? This is Gemini. Sorry, the SE Gemini 3. That's it. Look it up. All right. So like magic, woo, I got a glass of water. I didn't have to walk down for this. Thanks. Okay. I needed that. So I didn't have to go down for this. Saves me a lot of time during this stream today. Hey, I don't know how the connection is, but I see the streaming computer is still syncing Dropbox. I don't know if the connection is bad or anything, but I should turn it off. I did that right now. Multitasking. Alright, being creative. I'm only being a teacher today, I think. Anyway, I do want to do something. Let's just see what I have in the virus. Okay, what I first want to do is create a little bit more depth in the sound. So let me just play these few notes that I already have. I'm going to do something completely different, but I just want to have that sound a little bit better. And then I can also show you what I do in these groups, you know. So the virus, this is actually the virus, the main channel, but I want to do a chord play. So I'm going to add another instance, and I'm going to go to the second one, and I want the output to be USB 2. So the second output over here, which goes through the chords. Okay, so now we are playing chords. Let me just change that sound so you can actually hear something. Okay. Go with this one first. Okay, let me just transpose it. Alright. Now it goes through Virus TI2 into chords over here. And it goes through the processor, in which I can actually, you know, add a compressor output over here. Anyway, what I want to do now is create a little bit more space. So I want to add an effect. Let me just add a lead reverb. And I have a really nice preset for this, which I always use. with the Valhalla, I'm just opening a chain preset, which is the Valhalla Pro, and also the Pro C. This is just a compressor sidechainer, so in which I can actually sidechain the main lead. Well, the chord leads I'm working right now. This is also really good because I made all these groups, and all the chords go through one group. And this is not only time saving but also CPU saving. What I'm going to do right now is actually only the chords, and I will make an example where I just play the Virus C and the Virus TI together, which both go through this group. So, you know, C and the Virus TI are both going through the group, and now I can just add that reverb, you know? Wait. This one needs to go to... The lead goes to process because I want to process this example. What I just did, the lead reverb, also goes through a group called the lead process. And in lead process I will compress both leads and reverb so they are melting together very nicely, you know? So that's why this one goes through lead process. Together with the chords, they also go through lead process. Okay, so now I have these chords, both Virus C and Virus TI are going through this group, and I will put a reverb on this group, and I also will sidechain everything that comes in this group to the compressor, which is on the effect channel with the reverb, the Valhalla. So the Valhalla will be played, but also the lead, the dry lead will sidechain the reverb. That's really nice. That sounds really nice. So without, if I turn this off over here, then it sounds like pretty nice, right? But then turn it on. Now the lead sidechain the reverb. And therefore, well, everything goes through this process over here. What I can do now is just add a compressor and compress everything together. Then finalize the reverb. EQ everything together. I have a very nice EQ for this. The Manly Massive Passive from my sound card, the UAD. You can add just a little bit more high frequency. Boost a little bit more high mid. This is nice. I want to have a little bit more fine tuning in the EQ as well. So now you see that all the leads that I only have 2 leads, but they go through a group called chords, and then they go to lead process, and in lead process everything comes together, and I can actually EQ it at just one point, you know, and that also saves CPU, time, everything, you know. So that's the way I work. That's the way I work. How much sidechain compression do you use? Well, you can make a screenshot of this one. This is just actually the preset I use. I put the threshold down a lot, ratio up a lot, and then just make sure the attack is down. Release just how much you want the reverb to come back after the note is played. You can hear the difference if you turn it off. This is the amount. Really nice. So that's how I do this. That's how I do create leads and groups. Nice tutorial, right? I'm not sure how you would do this in either Fruity Loops or in Logic. It's kind of the same method. I also believe the same thing is possible in Ableton. I see a lot of people working in Ableton, and this is this is something that you can do, but I couldn't tell how because every DAW is different. But this works so easy. This is nice. Yeah, make the chords more interested in the piano roll. Me, that's also what I'm thinking. I want to do something creative over here. I want to work with some sounds, but therefore I first wanted this everything to sound nice, you know. So now when I do something, it sounds nice. So now we can look for like a nice sound that I have somewhere. There's so much in here, so many presets. But let me just go find that init preset and create something really cool. What I want to do is create some chords. This will sound really basic, but afterwards I want to do some arpeggio. Something like this. So we can put the arc on. I did like the chord play more. So I'm just going to make a sound with this, you know. Find. This is nice. I kind of looking for this. So what I will do right now, the LFO over here. I have this LFO. Let me just grab this one. Let me just grab. It sounds weird maybe, but I want this one to be in the LFO. Is this the right one? No, this is more the wavetable. Okay, wavetable. Nice. I can stack it up with another sound. But what I want to do right now, I've made all the groups, you know, the lead, chords, main, extra. But I want this lead to be I want to have a pad group. So lead extra in one will be no wait. Let me just grab this one. Lead extra 3 we call lead in pads. So and therefore I want the third one to be the pad group. What I can do now is just copy all the settings that I did over here. So I have this lead chords, the synths. I will copy to the pads. Wait, I'm going to separate this as well. So this is the lead chords reverb, and I also have a lead pads reverb. I'm going doing this because I also want the pad to have a reverb, but I want it less compressed, you know. So therefore I'm going to turn this down. It can compress a little bit, so when the lead is off, it will come through a little bit harder. But therefore this is now more melted together with the reverb, you know. Well, I didn't change much yet because I forgot to actually put this one to third output. Now it should go towards the pad. Yeah. Okay, let me just put it up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to record this because what will happen if I add more sounds with the virus? The virus TI only has like 16 outputs, so I can only play 16 voices at the same time. And if I have one lead and I put it on twin, which means that that one single note has 2 outputs, so you can have a stereo output. And if I play, for example, 8 notes, but now I have 4, but if I play 8 notes, then I will use all the channels. And if I want to do another lead, some notes will not play because there are no more outputs, so it will just randomly pick which notes will be played. But if I make an audio out of this one, I can stack it up with as many as I want, you know, because I have one audio. I can mute the MIDI and just add another, you know, lead to it, and I can always go back and record it again if I want to change something. It's kind of it is kind of a lot of work, but still this is the best way. Okay, so I'm going to create like the same thing I did with the virus C. I wanna add it to group pads right now, and I'm going to call it virus TI pad. And if I add multiple groups, I can record multiple channels. The input is the virus TI3. So now I'm going to record this little lead over here. Alright, so now this is exactly the same. And now I can add another lead. I will never remove that lead though, but this lead, I'm going to stack it up with another layer. So now I have them together. So let me create something cool. Let me just get that automation going again. go to the pitch. Add a little filter. Together. This is pretty cool. Just try. It's pretty fun. It's not like some, but the sounds are pretty cool, I think. I'm just getting a little bit lost, maybe. Alright, so let me just try something else. I want that like that more like a top lead right now. I'm kind of have these sounds together, and I might just want to do something with the sound, but not particularly with the chord play. I just want to play something melody-wise with a top lead sound, you know. And again, I have the main lead group over here, and I just want to add a main lead main. I don't mind the order, you know. It will just be like this. Okay, so and this will have actually the same setting as this one, but then it will be not the chord lead, but the main lead reverb and also the main lead compressor. Alright, so now if I play this one, it goes to the main lead. So that's good. I will leave this for what it is right now, and I'm going to go to a next part over here. And let's see if I can make a really nice top lead kind of sound, you know? Maybe more squarey one. Yeah, I will do a square. Make it stereo, and I want to play with this one. I'm going to make it mono to create something really, you know, really sensitive or something with a lot of emotion. So I need more pitch envelope as well. Some glide, portamento, however they call it in a plugin. This one's portamento. Something like this. try something. Let me change that sound, it's just basic. So I'm going to add a matrix over here. Not a mod wheel, just a controller. I can also add controllers over here, so if I put a controller 12 and add this, well, this is just a name, which will be pulsate. Perfect. This is just a name. This is the destination. So this means the controller 12. Here in the matrix, I can add different kind of effects, you know. And I will just first do the oscillator pulse width. If I turn this one up, and if I play with the controller 1, soft knob 1. It will actually do this one. And it goes through the matrix over here. And this means if I do other stuff in here, I can use one controller. Well, actually, yeah, one controller for as many effects as I want. Well, 12. Let me see, 6, 12, 18. If I want, you know. But this is just easier to do this way. So matrix, controller 12, or just any controller that's not used for anything, you know. You also have like the balance, the breath, and stuff like that, which are MIDI controls. Or you can also do an LFO, of course, but I'm using controller 12 for the pulse width, and I also might just do an extra thing. If I use another oscillator, I can do the same thing with the pulse width. I'll just add it over here. Oscillator 2, pulse width, I can do the same over here, you know. But first let me just focus on this left one over here. I'm only, with the balance, I only opening this one. I just want to do something with this, you know. I want to edit, I want to automate this one, the controller. So I'm going to grab this MIDI part over here, just below it, you know, and let me just get this soft knob 1, which is just the route that I made, you know, in the matrix, and now I can actually edit this. Just put right on, and you can also edit it in here, you know. Okay, this one, soft knob 2, I want to do an LFO. Well, I can actually do that over here. I can just automate the LFO, this one. For the mono. I'm not going to use this one, I'm going to use this one. So it's not, for some reason it's not, it is now not mono, you know, just the vibration goes stereo, so I don't want that. Let me just see, the LFO phase offset needs to be on 0. I can actually record this one as well. And let me just go into this little part. Oh wait, I need to enable that automation by right click. It cannot be automated. Okay, I'm going to do this in the matrix as well. Controller 13 will be my LFO 2. 3 assign amount. I think this is the right one. Assign amount. I can round it. Yeah, this is assign amount. Okay, so I can do that actually in the matrix, but not in automation. That's okay. I'm just doing that over here, and also by common, I choose control 13, which is this one over here, the source, and I'm going to call this LFO. I don't know, vibration or something. Vibrato. Okay. Therefore, let me just show you what I did. I now can automate this one, soft knob 2, and that is now my vibration. That's really nice to actually have. I'm going to record this one as well. So just a little bit touchy, a little bit more feeling. I heard that I can actually boost this one up a little bit because you won't hear it as elsewhere. Okay, something like this. So I now want to actually create something cool with this lead. I now have just these balls over here. I want to add some more depth, some more, something. Alright, let me just see what I can do here with the other oscillator and maybe some FM element or ring modulation. Let's just see what we can do. I think I'm going for a sine. Some distortion. Alright, so let me just go a little bit more in the settings. Some phaser, filter. Filter is automated for some reason. Let's just go into cut off. Equalize a little bit over here. I want a third saw. Sub-os. More noise. Actually pretty nice right now. Let me just EQ this a little bit, guys. This lead. So now we have something over here, but I think, I think I can create a better melody with this, and because the sound is pretty nice. Let me just grab this MIDI. Okay, so let me just try. What I also like to do if I have this, you know, this virus C over here, if I play them together, Alright, I want this one to go up a little bit more to be on the same note. Alright, I'm going to create like a little melody, and I'm going to do that how I do that often. I just want to create, I want to add one note, so I'm going to add just one, and with that note I'm going to stack it up with a virus C and create like the chords. And then I want also a bass note, and I'm going to add one more virus C maybe, or virus TI I mean. Let me grab one more over here. Wait, I had a third one, which is a pad. Okay, let me think what I'm going to do. Maybe I'm going to take the Nord lead 4 for the bass sound. That's not like something that I usually do with the Nord lead, but it's possible. There might be a really cool preset that I can use as a bass note. There's more guitar kind of. Going back to the one with the guitar kind of feel. Do like this one. This one I'm going to use as a bass note. So now I have something. This one needs to be down a little bit. I'll do that over here. This one has a lot of low frequency, so I'm going to cut it off because I want to use the low frequency of the bass note. Wait, the Nord lead's still playing. But the Nord lead over here, the group, now goes to the chords, or the main even. And what you can hear now, this is what I mean, why I make a separate bass group. If I mute this and suddenly bring it back, wait, let me just play it, and if I put it on, the whole volume goes down. It's just really minor, but it does happen. So I'm going to put this to the bass. So this one's now separate. I'm going to boost it a little bit. I like doing now, I have these three notes, the bass, the chords, and the lead, main lead. And I'm going to just open all three of them. That's really easy here in Cubase. And just going to make a melody with this, you know. I want this bass actually to be more close to these notes. So I'm going to turn it down one octave, transpose it one down, 12 down. Therefore I have these MIDI over here. I can just change them all. I know this is like if you open the main lead over here. The top one is the main lead. And the chords over here. The bass is this one. And now I can just edit them all separately, all together. So I can make a melody and make those chords at the same time, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to do that right now. So this is the bass. Just thinking of something creative. I think one note did not go down. Wait. Something like this. I need to copy those bass notes as well. I should have done that before. I'm going to do that just manually right now. So now it sounds completely off, all these chords, you know, but I'm going to fix them. Just so this is nice. You can now just make a melody and all together, you know. Something, I don't know. Just thinking of something really cool at the end. It might just not be like cool. It's actually pretty cool. Okay, something for the second half. I'm going to duplicate all those MIDIs, glue them together. So now we have the same melody again. I hear a little edit over here. Okay, maybe the end I need to think of it, but this is kind of now what I have, you know? I want to change this one. So now you guys of course are wondering how this will sound with a kick, right? So let me put like a really nice kick underneath. Do that with the contact. Of course I also need to do some stuff as well to be able to have this kick really nicely in the track. That's making kick in group kick FX. I'm going to need that maybe later. Kick MB. I do that so often that you might be able to guess what I'm doing over here. Okay, let's give this one a nice little color. Alright, this will be nice and dark purple, which my kicks are always this color. Okay, let me just grab this channel, which will be the kick channel of the contact. Let it be through kick in. Kick in goes through kick MB. And both kick MB and FX will go through kick out. Alright, so now we have all these things set up. I will just turn on the volume a little bit because it will be way harder than the rest. Okay, let me just grab this contact instance and find a nice kick. I have a lot of kicks here. Extreme loudness kick, deviate rocks, frontliner kick, melody man kick. A lot of kicks over here. This is so the Dragon Blood kick is so nice. I used it in the 90-minute challenge, but I'm going for one of the recent ones that I made. Let me just see which I can use. It's actually fun. Let me grab. I kind of like this one. with a lot of mid. Okay, let me just grab this. Oh wait, this will be the punch. Okay, and the tracking will be off. This one down, this one down. Hold will be like around 80 or something, maybe. I don't know. I will check. I always check that later. Oh wait, I made a new instance, right? What did I do? This one is over here. This is right. I don't know what this one is doing over here. Okay, let me just grab a new one. New instrument. Tail. Well, that doesn't matter. Tail. Let me go through this channel. The curve will be minus 100. Attack 80. It will start right after the punch. Tracking will be on. Time Machine 2. Large. Let me just save this project. Stream. Day 20. Okay, perfect. Stream day 20. Till mapping, I will just grab the same kick file and put it in here. Alright, that's nice. The root key is F1. That should be it. Alright, so now we have this kick going through all these channels as well. This one needs to go through kick out though. I didn't like do it at the same time. So this one's kick out. That's nice. Volume can be. Oh wait, I need to go into the contact and then this volume over here. Both will be going through minus 0.1. That's nice. Okay, let me just see what I have in this MIDI. Let me just play it again and then just add the kick. Starts at E. So that's cool, but now we need to check those volumes, you know. The kick is way softer than the lead, so I can turn the leads down over here. Also the thing, what I did with the MB, I'm going to add a multiband compressor over here and sidechain the kick. I can also do that from here, I think. I'd sidechain input MB. So now I did the other way around. It's not possible with Cubase. Now the kick turns off that volume, well, low frequency. Volume shaper, I like to have a little bit sidechain. I do this all on the lead out, and that means that all the leads that I created now get sidechained through this channel. MIDI triggered. I can do that from this one if I want, but I always want to make a separate MIDI channel because I might record the kick and mute the MIDI, and I still need, of course, this volume shaper to be effective. So I'm going to make a separate MIDI file and going to set the output to volume shaper. Are you okay, buddy? He's like sneezing or something. I don't know. Okay, so now the volume shaper MIDI has been created, which go through this one. Are you okay? What are you doing? Ah, okay, MIDI. So I want more reverb. Some EQing on the chords. I didn't do yet is add some ping pong delay. I'd like to do that on the channel separately, and you know, fine tune them for both the main lead and the chord lead. Same here. I would like to add a little bit more depth to this lead, so I'm going to add another lead over here. I have a few presets that I can use. For example, I don't know, the lead from my Techno Boy Rage remix. Maybe also some chords from the Virus C, or maybe I'm going to use that Roland GP 8080, which is also very nice for those kind of things. So Roland GP, let me just also grab this Virus C rec channel and make the same channel over here and do it for the Roland GP. Anyway, there are some really nice presets that I used in the past for chords, you know. Well, I can do that over here. This one's nice. Little EQing at the midsection. So that's nice. Let me add a Virus TI 1 rec. So I'm going to record the main lead of the Virus TI. I'm going to give this a little bit of a different color over here, more orangey. So this one records the Virus C. This one, this one I'm going to be recording Roland GP 8080, and goes through the chords. And this one is going to record the Virus TI 1, which goes through main lead. So now all together I'm going to record all these audio files, and then I'm able to actually dissolve that latency problem and have the nice audio file of the lead. So here we go. So now I can actually mute all these sounds except for the Nord lead. I didn't record that one, so I'm going to keep that one and just mute that kick for a little bit and see what I mean. Again, by recording this audio, you can see that there's some latency, and it's kind of different from each other. This is the GP, which starts like right over here, and the C starts over here. The TI is spot on because it's on USB, so that's faster. Anyway, I'm going to put these ones like right at the starting point over here, and that goes up for all the notes, you know. They all go at the same point. Let me just finalize it a little bit more like this. So now the leads are spot on, and still with all the effects, because they go through those meant to be channels, you know, the chords, the main and the bass. So at the kick. So I see that it might be a little bit clipping at the live stream, so I'm going to grab these two channels over here. So only two channels I need now to actually turn everything down. As you can see. So if I just use this one, just show only the selected channels. These are the channels. These are the channels that matter right now. You know, these are the only three channels that do the overall voluming, you know? You see it's not clipping over here. Now I can actually boost it over here. Limiter a little bit. So I also turned down the volume a little bit from the live stream. I saw it was clipping right over here. It was clipping over here, so I know the audio was clipping. So I just turned it down a little bit so you guys could actually hear the result in a nice way, you know. So this is this has been like a little bit of a creative thing, but also a tutorial how I made this everything together, you know. And I see that I have so much space left. I have 12 dB. I pushed it 12 dB up. What I can do now is even boost the kick a little bit more. So I'm going to use the Manly massive passive again, which is really nice. I'm going to turn this down to I think 9. I might just be having more sounds, 8.5 maybe. And I'm going to boost it up when this track, for example, will be finished. But now I just want to boost this kick, you know. From the low end 150 and just all the way down. This is nice. So let me just grab one little thing that will really give some more spice to it, some more drive. Let me just grab a silent over here and let me push it through a lead extra and make like a sidechained lead that will support the kick, you know. So it fills up that thing. So I'm going to add a volume shaper at here as well, and I'm going to give it like a lot of sidechaining, like 98, maybe 100 even. This sidechainer also can go through different MIDI, so I'm not going to also let it go through, sorry, the volume shaper of the one I just added from the Spire. Alright, that's nice. Voice is up. Q, right over here. So I always can make the leads better, you know, and I can do that. I'm going to do that right now, actually. Just give that a little bit more extra dimension. Just EQ it a little bit more. to do it on this channel over here. Turning down all those channels. So it doesn't clip at the process. So this is the lead main. I was looking at this like little thing over here. Some extra percussion maybe. I'm just going to add a little snare, and I'm going to make a new group over here, percussion group. Let me just name this percussion. Alright, percussion is always yellow, and let me just push this up nice near the kick. This is percussion group. I just pushed it all through this group. Percussion. Alright, let me just fade it down a little bit. Nice and yellow as well. Let me just minor few things just to finish it up a little bit. Let me just grab this little snare over here, and let me just see snare wave.
In your fight, I show you bite.
Whoa, okay, not that one. Let me just grab snare wave. Just find something. Okay, let me just go up a little bit. Just basic snare I need. Okay, this is nice. Okay, just grab just a random snare, and let me just add this one to the mix. You can hear a lot of low frequency over here, and that I'm going to solve this the same that I did with the melody. Just add a multiband compressor from FabFilter. Input will be the kick MB, but I'm going to do it a little bit different than I used to. You know, the kick comes in. I want a little bit more over here, so the poppiness is like gone for most of it, you know, so it won't interfere with the kick. Okay. I want this little edit over here. Kind of want to duplicate this edit, but just another one at the end. not the best snare, I think. Okay, one last thing, a little crash, so that we have finished, you know, this little preset over here. Crash, just find a crash. Super nice, just very easy. Then EQ it a little bit. A little bit more high frequency to it. Very nice, Valhalla. So there we have it, a little project over here which I started. I'm just going to play this one more time. So there we have it, just a little creative flow over here. It's not that I'm convinced about this melody that I want to finish this, but hey, it's just something that I made today. I showed you guys how my methods are, and so it feels more like something like a tutorial. You can actually look this back, and I think you can learn a lot from this right now. I did a lot of sound design, a lot of technical stuff, so it's more basically a tutorial how you can make and build everything in Cubase, and how to mix down, especially, you know, how to make everything sound right, how to send everything to groups, how to sidechain, you know, and low frequency, how you push that away when you you know, when the kick comes in, stuff like that, you know. So a lot of techniques used here that I use every time when I make a track, when I do a project. Every time it's like this, and this method I use it so often that I can dream it. I can do it all the time. I can do it every time without thinking much, you know. And when you have that, then you can be creative so fast. You know, I've spent maybe almost 2 hours. I'm not sure how long I've been here. I started at 9. Yeah, okay, so almost 2 hours. And I did a lot of explaining, and I did a lot of creative things as well. But the methods, without explaining, I'm just doing it much faster even. And yeah, if you manage to do this in your projects, then you can be creative so much faster, you know. And you can make a preset out of it, you know. I can make a preset out of this, a template, I mean, and start so fast with something that sounds good immediately, and you can change the sounds, you can change the kick very easy this way, and so therefore this is just the way I work. I hope you guys liked and loved watching this, and learn from this. Next time I'll be more creative and less explaining and tutorial wise, but though I thought this was really cool and really helpful for a lot of you producers, and yeah, you know, I hope this is just something that you liked watching, and you can watch this back and learn a lot from it. So thank you again for watching today. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with another live stream, and I will be doing less tutorial wise, I hope. You know, I was really again really unprepared for today, but this is just how this one turned out, and I hope you guys loved watching it. I hope you like what I showed you guys, and I will see you again tomorrow. Peace. See you. Bye bye.